What's up, guys? I know I suck at posting videos on YouTube. I apologize, but that's just the way it's been for me, man. YouTube is on my mind. I want to post up videos. I want to do more, but I don't know. I'm just not doing it. And I know it's annoying some people, man, because I'm active on Instagram every single day, but not so much over here on YouTube. And it's just, I don't know. It's a slower process, I guess. Anyways, I'm here, all right? And I made a purchase. I just bought a 2018 Can-Am Defender Max DPS HD10. And I'm going to tell you guys why. A lot of people have been asking me already, why the Can-Am? Why the Can-Am? Before we even get into that, I'm not trying to sell you this Can-Am. I'm not trying to talk you into going and buying a Can-Am, but I'm going to let you know why I chose the Can-Am, okay? I'm excited, and I'm going to tell you guys why. We do hunt a lot, and unfortunately lately I haven't been hunting much because we're going through a drought up here in North Texas, but things are slow. And I said, you know what, while things are slow, I need to get some things ready for winter, or for the fall and winter. And that's my equipment, and that's rigs. About 80% of the time out here on the ranch, I'm hunting off of a four-wheeler. I get on the four-wheeler, and I'll have lights out, and I'll be riding around with night vision, and I'll start scanning pastures and looking around for pigs or varmints. And it's been helpful, but it's been more of a problem than anything because of noise. Four-wheelers are not quiet, and neither are side-by-sides. They can be just as loud. But the four-wheeler, man, it's pushing 11 years old, and the exhaust has got a crack in it, and it's just making all kinds of noise, and it kind of gets annoying, And then whenever I get the pigs on the ground, it's hard to haul them off on a four-wheeler. Picking them up and throwing them on top of a rack is really not a problem, but getting them to stay still on the rack while they're dead. They always fall off. I can only haul 2 or 3 at a time on a quad. It's always something, okay? Side-by-sides. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you why. So I'm really hardcore into off-roading with four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff like that. And when we're on the trails, these damn side-by-sides are out there. And they're driving slow, and they're drinking their beer, and music's blasting. That's why I don't like them. But as far as using them, on the ranch, hunting, etc., they're great. They're great. They can go a lot. They can go a lot of places where Jeeps and trucks can't go. Okay, and they're lightweight. Fuel efficiency on them is great, and they're somewhat reliable. I drive a truck, and this is an F-250, 2005 F-250. It's loud, it's heavy, it's white. I mean, it's not a hunting truck, okay? So I said, fuck it. I'm going to buy a side-by-side, and that's what I did. And I had my mindset on a Yamaha Viking. I like Yamaha. I got a Yamaha 700R. And I've had several Yamahas in the past, and I just like Yamahas. But in the side-by-side industry, I think they're a little behind. And I went up to the shop, and I told him what I was looking for, and he told me, "Hey, what are you going to be doing?" And I said, "It's going to be a combination of hunting, ranch work, and recreational use." And he says, "All right, well, what do you have your mind set on?" And I said, "The Yamaha Viking." The Yamaha Viking, just looking at it, has a lot of sex appeal. That thing is it's big, it's aggressive looking, 6 full seats. I mean, it has potential of being a sick rig, right? Well, it only has a 700cc motor. I want to say it's like a 686 or something like that. And if you put some thought into it, that's not much. Let's just say you have 4 people in it, three or 4 people with a bunch of pigs in the back and other equipment. might be a problem. It might be a problem. So I told him what I wanted, and he brought that up immediately. And he was like, "I'm gonna let you drive them. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna push anything on you. I'm gonna let you drive them." And I said, "Okay, what do you got?" He had the Polaris 1000. He had the Can-Am HD10. He pulled out the Wolverine, and he also pulled out also the Can-Am Commander. He pulled out the Commander. And he says, "Man, take them for a spin and tell me what you think." So I drove around. The Yamaha, of course, yeah, it was underpowered, but there was a lot of room in there, which I did like. I'm just under 6'4", and I had plenty of leg room in it. The kids fit in it just fine. It was a blast to ride, but it was obvious that it was underpowered. Got in the Can-Am immediately, and it's hard to explain. It was night and day difference as far as the suspension, horsepower, the electronic power steering. I mean, it was unreal. It was a great feeling, and it did sit a little bit higher. Got into Polaris. Nothing against Polaris, but people know what I'm talking about when I say this. It didn't idle well. It sounded like something was loose, like there was loose parts and something going on down in the drive line or in the belt or something. I don't know. It drove me nuts, and I did not like it. I just didn't like the machine compared to the Can-Am. And I didn't even bother driving the Commander just because the Commander was more, it was leaning more towards sport utility. It wasn't really a full utility rig, and it wasn't something that I was looking forward to hunting out of because of doors and the size of the bed and stuff like that. I just didn't see the room in there for me. So I pulled the trigger on the Can-Am, and I think you guys are going to be pretty excited to see what I have planned to do with it as well. It's not going to stay stock. So why did I go with this model versus the Hunter package or the Lone Star edition or the Max? I want to say it's the Max XT. I can't remember which one. There's like 4 different models. The one is obvious, a Hunter's edition, comes with a winch, camo, skid plate, work mode, stuff like that. You have the Lone Star edition, which has like a fancy trim. It has all the stuff that the Hunter edition has. And then you have the Max XT. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but there's another version called the Max XT, I want to say. Now, I think they come in yellow and black and in orange and black. And it's a 2-seater. And that's one of the main reasons why I didn't get that model, is because it came with 2 seats. Also, I don't need all that extra stuff that came factory. I didn't want the skid plate. I didn't want the winch. I didn't want the bumper. I didn't want the roof. I didn't want the work mode option, which would have been nice, but it didn't come in this model. There's a lot of stuff on there that I wasn't going to use. So what was the point of me dropping an extra $3,000 to $4,000 on all this stuff that's coming off? If that makes sense. If you guys aren't into modding something or building something up, then it's going to work out for you, and go ahead and get that package. I got buddies that have it and they love it. But I have plans on building this rig up to what I wanted to do. And if I purchased all that stuff, it would have been a waste. I would have got rid of the winch. I would have got rid of the bumper. The roof is going to be gone because I got plans on the cage. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on those packages that I wouldn't have been able to put to use, and it just would have been piled up in the garage, and I didn't want that. That's why I went with the DPS model. Let's go check it out. And there she is on a 20-foot car hauler. As you can see, it's pretty damn long. I did the measurements. I could have been off a little bit, but I want to say it was right about 14 foot. So it's pretty damn long. Comes factory with some 14-inch wheels. Those are Can-Am rims with Maxxis Bighorns. Those are 27-inch Bighorns. They're 27x9s up front, and I want to say it's a 27x10 in the rear. We're about to look real quick. 2711 in the rear. So good tires, but I think I'm going to swap everything out. I want to go wide up front. So I might stick with the big horns, not these, because I'm going to go with a totally different rim, a little bit wider rim in the front. But I got a lot of things lined up for this, guys, and I will talk about it. It comes with their Rotax motor. This is a 72 horsepower motor. I don't know too much about it yet. I really need to look into it. Let's pop up that bed. And I don't know too much about it. I will get into some more research. But from what I've been seeing, things have been really good about it. Some people complained about cold weather not starting. Also, the air filter over there. We're about to go over there and I'm going to show you guys something. So right here, immediately I saw something that could be a problem. So we got the air filter here, and check out where the cold air is coming in. Right here on this tube, okay? What's going on in here when you're driving? Dust, debris, all kinds of stuff is blowing around in here, and guess where it's getting sucked up? Right up into that intake. So that's gonna have to get moved to where it gets some better air. But other than that, that's the only thing that I noticed that could be a problem. The exhaust on this thing is crazy quiet. I know eventually it'll open up and probably be a little bit louder. I will buy a new damn muffler if I have to, because factory, this thing is quiet. People have asked me already, how fast does this thing go? Me and my daughter was riding around in it in the neighborhood, and I was able to get it up to 65 miles an hour. There's some tunes out there that you can get for it. I don't see myself tuning it. 65 is plenty enough. And I don't see myself doing 65 miles an hour across a pasture, because this thing's not going to be on the road. I'm actually hunting with it, but it's good to know that the power is there. Interior is extremely spacious. 3 people could fit in here easily. Like I said, it is dirty, it's nasty. But the seats fold up. Check that out. The seats fold up, which gives you a lot of room in here. If you want to put a small kennel in there, and you want your dogs to run around in there, and hell, you got somebody standing up, you want them to spot. I mean, there's plenty of room back here. You can put your tools back there. Hell, you catch a calf, you can even put them back there. The other models, I want to say the Hunter Edition, the Lone Star Edition, and that Max XT, which don't quote me on it, I think it is the Max XT. The seats can adjust forward and back, but I mean, my family, they didn't have any issues with the seat, so we didn't need that. But I really don't know what else to talk about. Right now, I got about 6 hours on it. We got the light switches here. Over here, we got some room for some more switches, which we will be using. 4-wheel drive on the fly here, and the rear diff lock, which helps. I actually used it getting it up on this trailer. I did not have to use the ramps to get up on here. And I'll probably get a video of that here in a bit. The frame did scrape a little bit there in the rear of the trailer, but I was still able to just pull right up on it. That's nothing for these things, man. Plenty of power, and 4-wheel drive works extremely well. We all know what happens to these damn things. They tear pretty damn easily. I don't care what model you own. We get into some stuff and this will tear. I might end up replacing the lower A-arms here for some high clearance, front and rear. But that'll probably be it. These 2-inch spacers are enough. I'm gonna eventually move up to some 30s. 27s are fine, but I think the 30s are gonna give me a lot more clearance. And I feel bad because I know there's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be missing out on this, but anyways, if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask, I'll do my best to answer those questions. But right now, I want to get straight to what I want to do with it. Yeah, this is bone stock, okay? It looks funny. It's going to be pretty sick when it's done, guys. Trust me. So what the goal is here is to make the ultimate pig rig, okay? Some people buy these to go mudding. Some people leave them alone, strictly for ranch work and recreational. This is going to be a mixture of all of that and strictly hunting, okay? So what the goal is to make it comfortable for me, all right? Me and my buddies when we go hunting. Right now, this setup isn't going to work, all right? So we're going to have the 30-inch tires on here, different rims, possibly bead locks. we're getting rid of this cage. This cage is gone. It's way too tall, guys. Even when I sit in here with the helmet, my head's about right. You can't, the damn thing's so damn high up on the trailer right now. I need to get it off. But anyways, I have about 6 inches up above my head. Guys are gonna be like, man, why are you chopping that off? You'll see why. Okay, there's once you start getting too tall, you have an issue fitting this thing anywhere, especially in my garage. And I want to be able to go back and forth from home, the ranch, and all that. So this cage is going to get completely removed, and we're going to build up a new cage on here. It's going to be 5 to 6 inches lower, possibly, and we're going to have LEDs everywhere, IRs everywhere. Okay, so we're going to have an IR light bar on the front with some cubes on the bumper. We're going to have an LED light bar flush with the top of the roof. We're going to have an LED bar on the side here. We're going to have another one on the rear, okay? We're going to have the high clearance arms. It's going to be pretty damn sick. The bumpers. I haven't decided yet on the bumpers, but I have my eyes on the manufacturer. Front and rear bumpers. They're going to be ranch hand style bumpers, man. These things are going to be stout. All the other bumpers that I've been looking at, they bolt right up to this factory bumper, and I don't like that. I want a full replacement bumper. I want to be able to protect the lights. I mean, I want it to be unreal. Now, the cherry on top. It's gonna have Ultimate Night Vision's thermal on top. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, originally I want to say they called it the Pan Tilt. I think the new name is going to be the Rover, and it's going to mount right on top, guys, and I'm going to have 360-degree view thermal imagery, and I'll be able to watch everything inside the damn cab. Okay, I'll be able to watch it on the display on an iPad or any type of tablet. I would be able to scan pastures 360 degrees all the way out to 800 yards, and it'll be mounted on top. It's going to be unreal. This thing's going to be sick, and there's going to be a lot more to it. That's just where I'm starting at right now. And again, it's going to be able to handle the mud. It's going to be able to handle hill climbs. It's going to be able to handle a bed full of pigs, possibly a trailer full of pigs. I mean, it's going to do everything I want it to do. And if I run into any issues, I will keep you guys posted on that. Also, skids. I got to show you guys this real quick. So, yesterday, the kids are riding around on this thing, and they got into some sticks. There's no skid plates on this yet, and check it out. They already punched a hole through the floor. Guys, there's nothing underneath this. All it is a cross member going across for the actual frame, and then that plastic floor is all you got. If you're going to buy this thing bone stock and leave it bone stock, I suggest you get skid plates or buy one that has it already, because there is no protection underneath. They already punched a hole through it. I'm not upset. It happens. But there will be skids underneath this. And I kind of wish I got that instead of that damn windshield, because that windshield's not going to stay on there. But anyways, you know, shit happens. And I'm sure some other stuff will happen the way that we use them around here. So I will keep you guys posted. Again, I do like this thing. Here, let's crank this thing up and I'll show you guys how quiet it is. Listen to that. Doesn't sound like any zip ties are caught up in the belt. I mean, it's running smooth. That's what sold me on this. Quiet. Let's get it off the trailer. this is going to be a really long video, guys, so bear with me. But these machines are not cheap. I mean, you got to know what you're getting yourself into, right? I've been watching these YouTube videos, man, and just not enough information out there. So I'm about to drive the shit out of this thing and show you guys what it's capable of doing. Boom, stop. Gets into gear real smooth. We're actually in four-wheel drive. I just got off the trailer, but we're in two-wheel drive now. Right now it's bone dry out here, and it just sucks driving this thing because it has a windshield on it, no roof and no back window, so there's like a small vortex in here with wind and dust and grass. It's miserable, but let's see how fast this thing will go. All right. Miles an hour. 50. 60 miles an hour. 62. I gotta stop. I gotta shop right here. 62 miles an hour. 62. Woo. That's not bad for a UTV. 62 miles an hour. I've gone up to 65 on the concrete. They say there's a break-in period, but I'll break it in the way I want to. We have a pond over here that's drying up real quick. There's like a 3 to 4 foot ledge on there. We're gonna climb up it and see what we can do. I'm gonna try it in two-wheel drive and put it in four-wheel drive, and if it doesn't work in four-wheel drive, then we'll lock the rear and see if we can get up it. You can see it in the camera, but the pond's right here and it's washed out. We're actually going to drop down into it and then try to climb out. Alright. I know that's not going to happen in two-wheel drive. Nope. So we're going to back up a little bit. Lock the rear. Oh, shit. The power is there. I mean, for a second, I thought the damn thing was gonna bog out, but it didn't. I gotta show you guys a different angle of that. That was pretty damn sweet. This thing's got the power. Turn all this crap off. Let me put the camera, I'm gonna pull the camera out and put it over there and show you guys what I just went up on a bone stock rig. No, it's not Moab. No, it's not, you know, the Northeast or whatever, California, we got all the damn mountains, but it's capable of doing whatever I want it to do out here at the ranch. I'm about to move the camera and show you. All right, so we're in two-wheel drive, and obviously it's not gonna do it, it's gonna spin. So I'm gonna lock the rears, four-wheel drive, low. High-centered. But it's still, hey, a little bit of love tap, it went right up.
guys saw that, I was struggling to get up on the trailer. It was in high. I didn't have it geared down in the low. It wanted to, but it started bogging out. But it's obvious that the gear ratio is totally different when you drop it down in the low. I got it down in the low, crawled right on up. I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. I know that video was long, but I felt like I had to do it. See y'all later.